And I call the member for Holt.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, last Friday I caught up with some of Casey's youth as part of our campaign for a Headspace centre at the Fountain Gate Shopping Centre precinct in my electorate of Holt. The Australian Government's Headspace program has been a wonderful program which is helping young people aged 12 to 25 who are going through a tough time, providing support for problems like depression, anxiety, bullying and body image issues. Headspace Chief Executive Officer Chris Tanti has overseen the rollout of so far 55 Headspace centres across Australia, as well as setting up additional programs that include e-Headspace that offers an online and telephone counselling service, and Headspace School Support that offers a post-intervention program for secondary school across Australia. According to Headspace, 92% of young people have reported improvements in their mental health after using the Headspace service. Once all of the 90 sites are fully established, Headspace will help up to 72,000 young Australians each year. Last month I had the pleasure of joining my parliamentary colleagues, the Minister for Mental Health, Margaret Butler, the member for Bruce, Alan Griffin, the Laura Smythe, and also myself, obviously, and we were there at the official opening of Dandenong Headspace, which is run by a great group of staff headed by Liz Rowe. The Dandenong Headspace was the 17th Headspace to be established in Victoria. However, additional services are needed in the southeastern suburbs of Melbourne, in particular in the city of Casey. Over recent years, the city of Casey's population has grown quickly, but essential services have not kept up with the population growth, especially with the growth in Casey's young population, which totals approximately 60,000 young people, with 23,800 young people attending primary school and 20,000 young people attending secondary school. Our youth in Casey, Speaker, have a bright future. However, when they go through difficult times during their lives, particularly during their young lives, they have a right, and they deserve, to have the appropriate services provided by federal, state and local governments. We need to work together to ensure that the interests of young people living in the outer suburbs are not forgotten, and that much-needed services like a youth-friendly Headspace centre are delivered, especially when 60,000 young people in my local area do not have direct access to an essential service like Headspace. So last Friday, I caught up with young people including Danny Rothwell, Amanda Karen, Jake Downwood, Hayden Devaney, and members of the Stream for Life group that included Madison Moore, Matthew Kellard and Sarah Ardiente, to come together to campaign for a Headspace and the Fountain Gate precinct. Each of these young people, Speaker, have been directly affected by friends that have gone through difficult times and in some cases have actually taken their own lives. Last year, young people like Danny Rothwell approached me to express their concerns about the extent of mental health challenges facing our young population in Casey. As a result, I convened a summit where we had over 300 people attending. What we need to do and continue to need to do, particularly in the Casey area, is campaign to destigmatise mental health issues and to promote young people basically accessing those services without the stigma and fear that's attracted when people do access these services. Since the summit, I've met with a range of local community groups such as Origin Youth Health, Beehive Spirit Works, Motivate, Casey City Church, Angel Light Link, the Coming Together to Prevent Youth Suicide Group and Stream for Life, to name a few. Each group is wanting to help our young people going through difficult times. I wanted to congratulate the groups on their efforts and let them know that we'll be doing what we can together to work for a local Headspace in the Fountain Gate precinct. We know, Madam Speaker, that 1 in 4 young people experience a mental health issue each year, making it basically the single biggest issue facing young Australians. However, and this is important, 3/4 of these people aren't receiving professional help they need because of lack of access to a youth-specific mental health service or because they don't know who to turn to. And this is why I've sought to campaign in my electorate of Holt for a Headspace in Fountain Gate where young people can come together. Madam Speaker, the city of Casey, as I've said, is a unique area. It's an area of extensive growth, but the growth has not been underpinned with the social services that are needed. Headspace is one essential social service as part of our local social infrastructure that we need. Our young people deserve this. They can't be defined by postcode. They need this they want this, it's up to us to deliver it.